the first couple months of the relationship, you may not get there. You may not know if the person has a whole family or they have a whole relationship. You may not pick that up. People like they say,
but maybe not the first couple weeks. Yeah, maybe not the first couple weeks.
Yeah, but after about 6 months.
Yeah, but after about 4, 5, 6 months, you would you know?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It depends. Like, what would the telltale signs be?
I said it a little earlier. I'll say it again. If you never go out in the daytime, you're a side chick. If you don't get a Friday or a Saturday or any holidays, you're a side chick.
If you have not met any friends, relatives, you're a side chick.
And side note, you can also meet friends and relatives.
You can and still be a side chick. But I'm just saying.
You met my mama. I just got to show her I get bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Where your mama at, Freeze?
She's watching.
I know. Where your mama at? With her.
But at the same time, like, you know, you may meet them, but you know, like, even from the interactions from their friends and from your family, you would know when you're a side chick. Like, you know, they don't interact.
Oh, I disagree 100%. Friends and family ain't necessarily gonna give you up.
No, I ain't say give you up. I said
no, he wasn't saying that. Yeah.
Like, for example, like when you meet the mom, you a side chick. She's not gonna be lovingly embracing you. She's just gonna be like, "Hey, how you doing, honey?" Oh.
She might be if she know what type of son she got. She might be lovingly embracing to you. You don't know that.
It's possible, but it's rare. It's rare.
It's possible, but it's very.
So, Gerald, when you introduce your mom to your side chicks, how does she respond to them?
Wow. She said he never had side chicks though.
Once again, America. I just would like for you all to hear what I go through on a regular basis. And I'm glad that this show is for everyone to hear. So now I don't actually have to file a formal complaint. And back to what I was saying. So I don't have any side chicks. So I've never had to worry about that.
Well, I can say 25 plus years ago, when I used to have side chicks, they were just my friend. This is my friend. This is my friend. And I would emphasize the word friend so that my mom and dad or my friends understand what this is my friend. I will never say this is my girl. I would like, this is my wifey or nothing. I would actually stress out the word, this is my friend. So when they get that indicator, they're like, oh, okay. So now they know how to act accordingly. You have to have certain rules, certain words, trigger word to let you know this. You know, like I said, this is back in my day before I was a good guy, you know.
Anybody that my parents meet, especially my mother, she thought, so I couldn't pull that off anyway. So she think anybody she meet that's the next person I'm marrying. So yeah, I'd never be able to pull that off.
Man, my family keeps secrets, so that's all I can say.
Not to mention, she would call. Oh boy, I'll never forget one time. She was like, just the total, and it wasn't a side chick. It wasn't nothing like that. But person I was talking to, she called him the other person that I was talking to's name. I was like, oh boy. I mean, that I had talked to previously. Like it wasn't
sloppy. Like you sloppy.
No, he's not
sloppy. My mother might be sloppy. I'm not sloppy. Oh, I wasn't still talking to the other person. I wasn't dating them both at the same time.
Yeah. Now, so I'm not saying that there aren't clear signs. Sometimes there aren't clear signs that something is going on. I'm not suggesting that. I think sometimes people get an indication of what may be happening. But I will also say sometimes men show up with these velvet tongues and they be selling a dream and you be believing them. Like, let me be clear. Let me be very clear.
I don't have a side chick, but I do have a velvet tongue.
But let me be very clear. I knew in my soul that Kwame Kilpatrick was probably lying every time he opened up his mouth and started talking. But for sure, right? But I was like, damn, it's something about this that make me want to believe what he said. You right? but you're like, this dude lying. Like, this don't even make sense. Right? He's standing up at the podium and he's like, there was never a party at the Manugian. This is preposterous. Why y'all keep talking to me about this? And you're like, yeah, that's right. That makes sense. You see the gumption in his tone. Yeah. But then you be like, nah, this dude, like, nah, this. But there's just people out there. They got to give and they can get themselves in and out of anything possible, and they can make you believe anything possible. Eventually the shit come out, but you don't always know up front. It's some slick people out there.
I agree wholeheartedly. Don't get mad at me because my tongue gag is slicker than an oil spot on the ice sheet. I mean, don't get mad. You know, it happens. But just, you know, the thing about it is that if you would, you know, I'm bringing it back to the old school. If you're a true player, yes, you're gonna run all kind of game on a person. But at the same time, people, like I used to always say this too: women believe what they want to believe. You know what I'm saying? You can have all the signs in front of your face, all the signs. But if you don't want to believe it, you're not gonna believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when you get certain things that's not adding up, you know what I'm saying? Every Valentine's Day, this nigga is going out of town. You know, every Sweetest Day, this nigga is going out of town and he ain't with you. Or nowadays, because the NBA so graciously gave out every Valentine's Day, this nigga at the All-Star game.
Well, is Valentine's Day All-Star weekend every year?
It's been that way for the past 3 years.
I missed
past
couple years. So
I don't have, now that I live in the South, though, I don't have to worry about Sweetest Day anymore. So I'm good.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But there's certain things that a person want to believe. Like, shoot, you know, I mean, when I remember I was little, me and Gerald went to go hoop one time. And I told the girl, man, I'm so sorry, but guess who came to the park? Isaiah Thomas. And we was hooping with Zeke. Now, Isaiah not coming up to no damn park in Dearborn, but she believed it because she wanted to believe that. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to. Shit like that was happening.
You have to tell me who you told that to later.
Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was just.
I don't know. Free's messing around with girls that, you know, was in that class with 2 people.
No, it ain't that. Like I said, a woman will believe what they want to believe. It's not that they'll just.
I think people will believe what they want to believe. Because I do think, and I say this as a woman's woman, I do think that women do a fair share of cheating.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we said that before.
Well, I mean, they do, right?
They just don't get caught.
They for sure, because they not stupid. They side chick ain't next door or at the job. They figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I also think that men just, you know, if they getting some good, I was gonna say the P word, but if they just getting some good stuff, like they will shut their ass up. You can measure it like having a dog on a collar. You can be like, hey, listen, you stand over there by the fence, don't say a word. I will come get you every 3rd Tuesday and take you for a walk. And you like, right? So I think it's a little bit easier. Because I mean, let me say it's a little bit easier for a woman to pull off with a dude, because a dude's emotions may not necessarily always come into play. And I'm saying that they won't.
All the time, but yeah.
But typically in a case with the woman, if you spend a lot of time with her, you doing those type of things, that will eventually come into play. So with with all that being said, hopefully the baby and DaniLeigh, they get everything situated and straight, and they learn a lesson to not have all of their business play out on social media, because as Freeze mentioned and as Dandridge mentioned, that's never good. Like it's just it's there for the whole world to see. And also it appears as if we have not necessarily come to a consensus on what side chick duties are, but we do all agree that if she was indeed a side chick, then the baby was definitely overstepped his bounds in turn. He was out of bounds. His personal foul, 15 yards unnecessary side chickenness on the penalty on the play. So, you know, we're gonna see. We're gonna continue to monitor this, because I definitely don't think it's over and done with.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, I just need to say that if you have been a side chick of Gerald's, please hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, so that we can get your story direct to understand what the rules of engagement were.
3 minutes later.
We just want to know.
He was battered again. 3 minutes later.
Oh,
now, hey, on a serious note, rest in peace, Young Dolph. That happened.
I know, I saw that
earlier today. I mean, we got a few minutes, and I want to say, I hate to hear that happened. I also hate to hear what's been ensuing, afterwards in terms of, them shooting up another person's grandmother's house and retaliation and so on and so forth. So, hate that for him. I am going to say this, though. May not be very popular, but I'm going to say it. But Young Dolph had been shot before in Hollywood several years ago. He had also had his SUV shot up in North Carolina, like 100 shots, which was one of the titles of his songs or albums afterwards, kind of mocking the fact that his spot had been shot up so many times that he had come out unscathed. Mm-hmm. But once you attain a certain status or stature, and if you know that folks are out,
you can't go to the bakery.
You can't just be rolling through the. You can't roll through the hood in a camouflage Lambo that most people, everybody knows who you are. One, and that car really stands out. Mm-hmm. And if you are gonna do something like that, you better have a gang of other people with you. But you're not really in a situation anymore in your life where you can roll solo dolo. And why not? Even if I roll back into my hometown and I'm in his situation, if I'm there because I supposedly he was there yesterday for to give out turkeys for Thanksgiving, I'm about. After that event's over with, or the next day, I'm gone. And if I do stick around, I'm not staying in the hood. I'm just not. I'm staying someplace in an undisclosed location far out. And if I wanted some cookies from the bakery that I frequent,
my man's,
then somebody else gonna have to go pick that up for me. I'm not riding through like that. So I mean, I hate that it happened. Rest in peace. But I also say that if you're in a situation like that, from a hood perspective, it's certain hood rules that you just you gotta continue to abide by.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
So my question for him is, where is his daddy at? Because your daddy's supposed to teach you this game when you get to this level. Where was his daddy?
Well, I don't know, but you really been on people's daddies and their
Cause you supposed this certain shit your parents supposed to teach you. You know how Chris, you know they say Chris Rock say the little kid hungry, that's his mama's fault. But if he can't see his homework because the lights off, that's his daddy fault.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but unfortunately, not everybody got a daddy or a mama. Mm-hmm. So you don't. What you pick up and what I
don't mean daddy and mama in a maternal and paternal sense, but there's somebody out there that can run that figure for you, for sure, to guide you.
Yes, but I'm still saying that not every Black male has grown up with a prominent male figure in their life. Doesn't mean that they should or should not have, but that is not always the case.
And then also, people haven't, and I'm not, just being honest about it. He haven't had that. A lot of people haven't had that level of success or that level of money, so that they still think that you can do the same things. But I would break it down like this: Mark Zuckerberg used to went to Harvard or whatnot. I don't think you're gonna see Mark Zuckerberg rolling around Harvard without no bodyguards, and he's white as white. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's be honest. When you have money and a certain type of level of fame, you cannot roll the same way you used to. And a lot of Black men assume that, oh man, I ain't weak like that. I ain't finna have no bodyguard. Bullshit, dog. You're not the same dude on the corner no more. You're not the same dude that's grimy in the hood anymore. You have to carry yourself a different way. You know what I'm saying? You have to. Shit, Wesley Snipes from Harlem, but I guarantee you, Wesley Snipes ain't going in Harlem by his motherfucking self. People have bodyguards.
As I understand, Harlem is pretty white now. So.
Well, yeah, okay.
So he probably. Yeah.
Well, shit.
But as BG,
Uh,
go ahead, Fred.
I tell you what, I was say, shoot, Chris loved Detroit, but